Welcome back to the Follow Up Media Podcast. My name is Christian Lee. I am the CEO and founder of Follow Up Media. My VP of Sales, Riley Austin, sitting next to me. He's my kind of ride or die. He's a very integral part of our business model, which is outreach. It's identifying particular businesses, clients that we think that we can have a drastic effect on their digital presence and their content creation and marketing as a whole. So, we talk about identifying these people, and Riley has the unwavering, just, follow up pit bull mentality with not in a creepy way.
No.
With the outreach program to have a conversation. So the truth is, most businesses, if you have a podcast or you're thinking about one, you think, ooh, I'm gonna focus in on the downloads. How many downloads or how many views did I get? Which is not the only KPI, if you're wondering what that is, key performance indicator, that you should be paying attention to, because we have to take that and put it into context of like, how many subscribers do you have? Or, do you have an active mailing list that, like a newsletter that you're consistently already reaching out to your existing book of business? So there's just a lot of factors to consider before putting so much weight and value on the download. We can go in a further episode as to what even qualifies as a download, and that could be based on your hosting platform and how they evaluate exactly what a download is, or a view if you're looking on YouTube. And that thinking is kind of ass backwards, to be honest with you. And I've dealt with clients you could show them so much success and how everything is working, and they still want to bring up, well, I've got no downloads, or I've got 10 views, or whatever. The truth is, you don't need 1 million downloads. You need a clear path from the episode to the inbox, or to the consult, or the sale. The mistake is that no call to action, no value ladder, no conversion mechanism exists. And the reality is, podcasts aren't just content. They're a trust-building touch point that's in your sales funnel.
Podcast builds trust at scale. Here's the game changer. Your podcast gives uninterrupted access to your brain for about 20 to 30 minutes. That's longer than most websites, or maybe even ads or emails. That's where the trust builds, where people can hear your voice. They can see, they can honestly see if it's not just audio, if it's video, and they can see how much, or they can hear how much you truly care in your tone of voice. It feels like more of a conversation, even if it is only one-sided, you just talking to them. They're buying into you long before you ever even contact, or you ever even get in contact with them.
I think that's a good point. They're definitely buying into you long before they ever contact you.
Mm-hmm.
You are having that moment with them, which is that authentic connection build, right? Here are the stages of podcast and building a funnel, okay? We'll call it the podcast funnel. Let's talk about that. And this is how you're gonna actually structure your podcast, like a funnel. And we're gonna break it into 3 stages, okay? There's attraction, there's engagement, and there's conversion. We attract by using hooky titles that solve a specific pain point. We put in strong episode artwork, SEO descriptions, and we promote that on all platforms with contextual headlines. Example, why most realtors burn out before 40 and how to fix it. If I'm an agent, I'm like, ooh, I'm interested, because I don't want to burn out before I'm 40. And then we engage. We deliver actual value. We're not going to give fluff. We teach, we share, and then we solve. We bring guests who reflect ideal customer values in that industry. And then we tell stories that connect back to your services. It's not rocket science. Hence, I'm wearing this Nuke Mars shirt from SpaceX, right? And then we're going to convert. And how do we do that? Every post, every episode will have strong and natural calls to action. Not just follow us. If this hits home, schedule a 15-minute strategy call. No. We are going to use CTAs that work. We're going to use links that take them to the action that you want. So it's really, really simple. And we help brands by doing this every day. And, we're going to use landing pages tailored to the podcast episodes with short, trackable, and specific links. Now, let's talk about automation, Riley, and content stacking.
You can build a whole funnel around it, starting with transcribing it into a blog post, SEO boost. We've talked about SEO on multiple of the...
Well, it's funny, everything that we do now, whether it be the episode description, which is a very SEO, I call it fertile soil.
Yeah.
Every episode, for your podcast description is like fertile ground. It's very SEO reactive.
You can get these promo clips when you can cut it into 4 or 5, what do you call them? Little things of gold, little gold nuggets.
Nuggets of gold, promo clips.
Yeah.
There are many names for it. Snippets.
Yeah. And you put it into the correct you follow the correct algorithm of each individual, because like you said on the other podcast, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they all have different algorithms and different call to actions that you need to have. So when you cut those, you got to know what you're doing. You can't just throw them out there and throw a hashtag on there.
Well, you can just throw them out there, and a lot of people do, and a lot of marketing departments for companies, and I'm not knocking those people. You need to really have an idea, otherwise you are just throwing it out there. And we like to put in the people that are experts in certain areas and departments in our company that know more than you and I know. Yeah. We're constantly getting educated because you don't know what you don't know, and I don't have time to dive into every single platform and every single thing that, these platforms are changing in regards to their algorithm.
If you don't have a call to action, where do they know where to go? They don't know.
No, you're not asking them to do anything and providing them a quick and easy way for them to take action. These days we are so spoiled in we want everything and we want it now. That doesn't mean they're going to follow that same buyer's journey into doing it now, but you want to give them the right link, the right source or path to get in contact with you, to fill out that form, to give you a call. It's
almost like a psychological thing. You had a lot of engagement. You could see the tone, like what I was talking about earlier. You can see that they care, and you want to reach out. You hear that call to action. That's a psychological thing where, oh shoot, I need to go to find that website. I need to go follow what he's saying because I want to learn more.
Absolutely. And speaking of call to action, follow us on all of our platforms. You can hit us up. We're available on all podcasting platforms. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. If you want to join the show, we encourage it. We want to help answer any questions you have about marketing, whether it be podcasts, video production, anything like that. Feel free to hit us up at followupmedia.com. I'm Christian Lee, my co-host, as always, the well-spoken, handsome, young, agile individual, Riley Austin.
Yes, sir.
Peace out. Follow up. FU Media.